Hi, I'm David Auerbach, and I'm going to be reading from my book, BITWISE, A Life in Code, published by Pantheon. The New York Times called it a hybrid of memoir, technical primer, and social history, judicious, balanced, and knowledgeable. I'm going to be reading from a chapter called Programming My Child, in which I compare and contrast my own daughter's development with that of the gigantic computer networks like Google and Facebook that are with us today. Gradually, as a child grows, rationality asserts itself and shoves nonsense out of the way. By 3.5, Eleanor was modeling our motives. She didn't always do so flatteringly, as when she said to her blanket, "Now I will raspberry you. You will not like it, but I enjoy it, and that is why we will do it." At this point, she was able to determine that everyone around her had goals, and that sometimes those goals conflicted with hers. She couldn't necessarily determine others' motivations, but she knew they were there. Similarly, at that time, my daughter began to understand that things could be made out of other things, and sometimes there were things she could not see. She knew human bodies were made out of bones and blood, which led to this song to the tune of Frere Jacques. I hear David, here he comes, here he comes. Now he's walking through us, now he's walking through us, now he's wet, now he's wet. I said to her, "Why did I get wet?" She said, "You're wet with blood." I said, "Where did the blood come from?" "Because you walked through us." She created this explanation out of the raw materials of her observation of the world around her and her attention to how people talked. The leap from observational data to thought is one of the most amazing and incomprehensible processes in nature. Any parent will know how baffling it is to see this happening in stages. There are limits past which a child cannot go in understanding until one day those limits mysteriously vanish, replaced by new and deeper ones. Children come, by and large, to the same shared understanding that we all possess, but it can't be rushed. Even as she knew that bodies were made of blood and bones, she could not yet conceive of a hierarchy of substances, judging by the frustration she exhibited after we saw a picture of an atom in a book. I told her, "Everything is made of atoms, even you." "No, I am made of bones," she said. "Your bones are made of atoms." "No, my bones are made of muscles." "Your muscles are made of atoms." "My muscles are made of muscle." I said, "Muscles are made of atoms." At this point, she was utterly fed up and turned the page. What remains a puzzle to me, and to researchers in general, is how children leap from superficial imitation and free association to reasoning. The brain grows and develops with billions of neurons added year after year, but no matter how much memory or processing power I add to my desktop server, it never gains any new reasoning capabilities. And to finish, I'd like to read a poem that is actually by my daughter and is quoted as the epigraph to this chapter. It's by Eleanor Auerbach, age 4, and it's called the Blah 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 Song. "And errors can happen to you and computers, 'cause you are a computer. Go and do it. Program yourself. Just do it. Explore your toes, explore your nose, explore everything you have goes. And if you don't want to do that, you can't even live. Not even houses, 'cause houses are us." Anyway, thanks to Annie for setting this up, and have a good remote weekend, everybody.